try to help us get past some of the green decks we are struggling with. This is Martin Jew's list from Channel Fireball, by the way, with the exception of he has one Champion of the Dusk and two Vonas, but I don't have the wild card to craft a second Vona, so this is just what we're going with. But yeah, I think it's got the reach to beat some of the decks we were struggling with before, now that we have multiple Sanctum Seekers and stuff, and the hopefully the addition of Plague Mares in the sideboard will really help in the mirror. And I like the fact that we have a third Gideon and two additional Mortifies for the rando, like, dinosaur type decks with the Noxious Grafts. That gives us like 5 pretty decent removal spells in those type of matches. But definitely leaning towards mono red or vampires for this weekend, so I figured we'll probably play this today and probably mono red tomorrow. My sinuses are absolutely killing me today, struggling to breathe a bit. It's a good enough hand. Ooh, yeah, I think I'm still fine with that. So any of these Grixis decks probably have mass removal spells. They could have the -2/-2 thing, Golden Demise, or the one that exiles. I have no idea. But even if they don't, they could have Flame Sweep. They could have just all of them. They could have Ritual Suit. They're gonna have something basically. Even them just casting a Nicobolus right now is pretty annoying. Krakenarium, sure. And we knew they were going to have something. There's nothing we could do about it. This is probably not a match that we're going to do very well versus. Pretty bad, George, but that's, yeah, hopefully in a couple of weeks she'll be okay. Doesn't feel like we really have any counterplay to the type of deck that has sweepers. In the main deck. And we get some Gideons and stuff out of the sideboard, but nothing that feels to me like it's going to be an impactful change here. It's cool, George. No worries. It's the best card in the deck. I guess I can play this and pump this and just attack, but if they have a shock, this goes pretty poorly. Absolutely amazed they didn't block. Why didn't they block? I guess they thought I had something? I don't know. I pretty clearly didn't have anything in my hand, so that's kind of weird. So they're out now, drawing a Vona and hoping they have literal nothing? Guess I want these. I guess I want these. I guess I want these. Excuse me. Guess I could probably argue for this card too. Maybe. I don't know. Cards that I definitely don't want. Definitely don't want cast downs. I definitely don't want legions. Uh, probably don't want Devonas. Probably don't want some number of Sanctum Seekers. Maybe all of them, but at least some number I want going. Probably actually wanted that last RS. My only chance to win this match is probably just like jam creature, 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 and hope that I can rest before they uh, play a sweeper. And seems not good enough. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Obviously, I have to hit a bunch of lands, but so far behind in these type of match anyway. Starting off very, very good on today. Just get mauled twice. Can't imagine that's worth casting. I think the only way you would ever cast that is if you had the turn 3 sweeper. But that's fine. We're just gonna hope that they don't. Or at least maybe they'll have to shock for it. Yay, they had the turn 3 sweeper. Do 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 do. They left on top. That's not a good sign. We now have as many lands as our opponent that's scrying and doing stuff with many more lands in the deck. Going ahead and just playing these because they have so many discard spells. Like, I have to imagine that they have boluses and stuff, which means I just lose whatever it is anyway. I don't really have an answer for that card. Champion of Dusk or bust? Actually, a fairly good draw. JK, not a good draw. Champion of Dusk or bust? Oh. Ah, cool. We have 0 outs. Probably scoop after we look at our next draw step. Yeah, let's get paired versus the deck that doesn't have main deck sweepers, please. You can often steal one of the two sideboarded games, but when you're losing game 1-2, because they're just set up to beat you, it's pretty bad. I don't really understand how people keep winning with these vampire decks. There's a bunch of people that are running very hot and winning a lot of dash rows. Awesome, this hand's not playable. I'm going to keep it. Third game so far, third unplayable, or second unplayable hand. Guess it's... What? Guess my phone was dead? I didn't realize that. We'll start with this one because it can attack for a Wild Growth Walker. Of course, if they have a Wild Growth Walker, we can pretty much pick up our cards. Well, I got pretty rune there. By some rando pal. What? Hey! Thank you very much for the sub. That was pretty unexpected. Highly appreciate. I'm supposed to just offer this trade? I think their card's better than mine. This isn't a game I'm going to win anyway. 10-month streak. Jesus, that's such a large streak. So I'm playing versus Sultai Scapeshift, I guess? I guess that's what this is? Not really familiar with those deck lists. And we're not really playing Magic, so I guess we just lose to it. 2 for 2 opponents that have main deck sweepers. On the day. Didn't really play any spells. I'm just assuming there's some kind of scape shift thing, so. Kinda want these, I guess. I don't know what else to take out. I assumed they're going to have the black sweepers with Massacre Girl, so I just assume all of my creatures do nothing. So maybe I need to leave these in? Yeah, I don't know what to do. Maybe I should only be playing 3 Duress if I'm only bringing 3 in every game. Yeah, I'm not sold on vampires even being playable. I really don't know how people keep winning with it. I certainly can't. But I'm mulliganing the majority of my games, and oh, awesome. And I rarely win dice rolls, so I guess those all affect it, but. Guess I should play the Skymarch Aspirant. I guess this is attacking next turn regardless. I only brought into Gideon because of it being Sultai Scape Shift and me thinking they would have a bunch of sweepers. I wouldn't bring in Gideon versus Bant. But I just assume at some point all of my creatures are going to die. It's the only reason I brought into Gideon. I probably should have played the Aspirant, but like. I don't even want to play this. I feel like it's going to die. They didn't block to even prevent damage, so I assume that means there's going to be a Massacre Girl that sweeps the board. But they were already going to get to sweep the board, like, that didn't really affect anything. There was already 4 creatures. Well, wait. Guess I could have kept my creature alive. Also could have just pumped my creature. I'm pretty sure I gave up that match the second I realized that they were Sultai Scape Shift. Because I think we have close to 0% versus that deck. I also think that deck's worse versus every single other deck that's not vampires. So I don't understand why people really play it. I don't get paired versus that many vampires. Like, I'm not getting paired versus many Scape Shift decks or many vampire decks. So I don't understand a lot of the decisions from my opponents. Like, I'm constantly getting paired versus these weird bad sweeper decks that are playing like Cry of Canarium and stuff main that are only good versus vampires, but vampires is less than 10% of my matches, so why would I want to play a deck like that? And then I'm constantly getting paired versus like Blood Sun decks as well. Again, Scape Shift's like 10% of what I get paired versus. I just don't understand. I apparently just don't understand this format. I think I just do not understand this format. Can't figure out what people are playing or what people are trying to beat. From everything I see, I should just be playing Nexus. I guess Nexus technically loses to Esper Hero, and I get paired versus more Esper Hero decks than I do Vampires and Scape Shifts combined. But Esper Hero can't ever beat Bant Scape Shift, so that makes me back to wanting to play Bant Scape Shift. No idea. I don't understand this format, and I have, what is today? Wednesday? So I have till Saturday to figure out what I want to play. By the way, for a awesome, another nice arena bug. Take care, man. Thank you very much again for the sub. 10 months. That's actually awesome. Hey, we won a dice roll and we have a good hand. Just going to assume that means we win. I probably should have led with the knight because now if I draw a black creature, I can't double spell this turn. You just kill that too. Eh. I'd rather say my cast downs to kill a relevant creature. Maybe it's better to hold the cast down up. That way I can just Thorn and plus next turn, but again, I don't want to kill something little. Feels like the 4 and 5 mana spells are what wins the Vampire Mirrors. So they can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just play you and tick up. They'd have to have another Legion's Landing to kill it. I guess if they have another Legion's Landing, I'm probably just losing. Pretty happy to trade an Ashprint for a Legion if that happens. I should just kill both of those and attack. I should just kill one. If I kill that and then pump and attack for 6, they go down to 8. And then I need to save one of those for a Seeker. I'm gonna offer them to trade. But they didn't take the trade. That confuses me. Full control has been held. I could protect that if I wanted. Not sure that I want to and or care. Alright, it can die. My turn. So they drew a removal spell for this. Okay, they did not draw a removal spell for that, they just had nothing. That's kind of weird. Why did they attack with the Legion if they had nothing? Anyway, we use their Juza's Cyborg Guide. He gets rid of this, 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 and this. Basically, he removes one of every small vampire, I guess because of Legion's End. Because about all of these decks are playing the full 4 Legion's Ends now. Yeah, I can breathe out of my nose right now. That's new. I've been able to breathe out of my nose in days. That sounds pretty weak. Hey, yeah. This hand did not get any better. Have to do this to even attack. Oh, triple Legions. That's pretty awesome. Legion's End, please? Kappa? That's not a Legion's End at all. That's a good draw, too. Alright, we're getting mauled this game. So I have to block one thing here to stay alive. Not really sure what I can draw next turn to win, but I guess we'll look for something. Yeah. Nothing I can do to win. Oh, we're just gonna run it back and hope we draw one of our 4 Legion's Ends. Feel like Sorin and Legion's End are the 2 most important cards in the match. We had a Sorin that game, but We were on the draw and couldn't really interact. We might have been able to win on the play. We'd been attacking a turn sooner, and they might have had to defend, because like we even had an attack for 12 in Fury that last turn, but who knows. Awesome. Yeah, this hand's not playable either. Could get lucky and maybe they'll just play like a... Nope. They played a literal best card that they can play. Their hand's pretty bad. But they have the cards that's going to take to be their hand. So I should attack first. Hoping they'll use that cast down here, so hopefully our Sanctum Seer will be able to do something in a little bit. It'd be pretty impossible for us to beat these chain of 3 cards, though, if they have lands. Or if they draw Sorin, either one. Shouldn't have attacked with this. That was actually a mistake. It was just a clicking buttons thing there. But it could have been worse. Wait, they didn't block. They could have just blocked the 3-4. Oh, they're still dead. JK. Like I said, it could have been worse. Double Sanctum Seeker. Yay. I forgot that they were taking 3 additional damage. Whoops. That's right, you get 2 triggers. Maffed. Hey, we won the Dashro. Our hand's not playable. Our hand's still not playable. And the game's over. We've lost. That's just wrong. Oh, opponents drew the best card in their deck. They have Goblin Chain Roller, we're dead. I'm not going to play around it. Mainly because I can't. I'm willing to just scoop. Well, I'm not going to scoop. I have the Sanctum Seeker, who knows. So I just play this and attack. Even if they have a removal spell for it, it's not that big of a deal. Feels like they do. Sure would have liked to get a land, but that's fine. I guess they have Experimental Frenzy in their hand then. Nothing else really makes sense there. They have a Chandra, they should have played it first. I have Frenzy, I don't even know if I'd bother playing this. I think I'd just keep my mana. Because unless they hit, like, land another spell, then they don't even have a good block on the following turn. Yeah, I'd rather just have the 4/4 to block. Hopefully hit another land. Hopefully we hit a land. I guess I'll block. I don't know what world that attack makes sense. Yeah, we didn't hit our land, so we lose. It's very frustrating. Maybe they'll have land on top of their deck. Then we still probably lose. That's not land. Awesome, our opponent shrunk the runaway Steamkin again for no reason. No reason to attack with one if you're not attacking with both. I'm going to take it. Can't win this game anyway without being able to get damage in, so if they have another Pyromancer or whatever, I just lose. If I miss my goddamn land again, I just lose. This isn't a match I'm supposed to win, but when you have a draw like that, it's really frustrating to lose it. Because opponent, in my opinion, was making multiple on-board errors, and they didn't have a particularly good draw, and yet we still lost. The opponent had a bad draw. We had an above average draw minus one land. They kept making mistakes. We still lost. Alright, we keep. Just not going to draw land again and lose, but that's fine. So we had any land, any Sorn, or any legions in for like 35 turns last game. So, basically half our deck. They have a Steamkin we can't answer again. Be happy to trade either of these for that Steamkin. I don't care if they can double block. Could have played the land beforehand, but I was trying to entice them into double blocking, and I knew I was playing the Danto either way, so. Awesome. Huh. Oh, what is the right play now? I guess I just want to play. Kind of want to play this and this. I'm pretty fine with that too. That wasn't good though. I was hoping we'd hit at least one land. We did not. That's basically game over again then. That's kind of good for us. Now they have to just play the Chain Whirler. They can't attack. Well, they can do both, but you know what I'm saying. Can't attack with a 4/4. But no, missing that land pretty much ends it. That puts us at 0 outs. We're pretty close to 0 outs anyway. Yeah, the opponent had a pretty medium hand, but we didn't really do anything. Awesome. Could have landing, or I could have Soren ticked up life gain, but then we can't protect Soren, so that doesn't help us. Could have minused, put in a Seeker, attacked with both, but then they killed a Vicious. I gained 2 life, deal 3, and I'm still in the spot next turn where the Chain Whirler kills everything. Hey, I know this person. Know this person in real life. Another unplayable hand. Oh, so just Kogari Scape Shift again? Or, sorry, not Gogari, Sultai Scape Shift again? If so, we have approximately 0% chance to win. That's what it is. GG has been called. Losing nearly every game of Magic we play, but other than that, everything's going great. I did not bother to put the extra counter on my knight. Obviously I could have, but they play sweepers and stuff, so I just didn't care enough. But I will now, even though now's because I don't know. I probably should have last turn. In all honesty, it was just a mistake. I wasn't really paying enough attention. Could play that. Flip things. I don't really want to. So how do I best play around Massacre Thingy? But another creature on the board seemed bad because of Massacre Thingy. Maybe I'm just supposed to play Seeker and send them all. Alright, I'm playing Seeker and sending them all. I don't know how that goes super badly for me. Oh, I know how it goes super badly for me. I'm an idiot. Now I'll lose everything. I keep forgetting the Legion. Well, no, I don't. Never mind. I lose everything, don't I? So there wasn't no way to play around losing everything then. Well, not in a meaningful manner. I'll rephrase. I guess they don't have it. Maybe they're just playing something completely different since they didn't block with the or since they blocked with the Elvish. Maybe they're not playing what I think they're playing. I'm not actually sure. That was an insanely good hit. Alright, well, it looks like I played this entire game wrong. It looks like I played this entire game wrong. I'll just attack with those two then? If I attack with them all, they have to block 3. So the Legion's Lieutenant would get through. They take 5. They take 6 total, so the 1 point of damage I missed would have mattered. I missed multiple points of damage, by the way. Not just one. Oh! I forgot I had to attack with a third thing to flip the Legion's landing. I'm an idiot. Oh, that was another punt. I'm just playing very badly right now. I meant to attack with a third thing for that. Oh god, that was stupid. I'm playing really bad. Pretty sure this game was supposed to be easily over, but... Then I cast the Skymarch Aspirant into the Blast Zone. Oh, they're a Nexus deck too? I just don't know what my opponent's playing. It's kind of hard to play well when your opponent's playing a million different cards. They can't go infinite and or take the Sanctum Seeker. Kill the Sanctum Seeker, I guess I win, but that doesn't do anything at all. I had to play better for the third game, or second game rather. JK, it did do something. I'm gonna lose this game. All 100% because of my own players. It's a frustrating way to go, by the way. I just lose. Because I'm bad at this game. We have to fade one draw step, I guess. We fade one draw step after all of these mistakes, we still win. Or not one draw step, they could have already had it in their hand. Called Nexus of Fate and hit Nexus of Fate. Awesome. I just lost then. I don't have an out now. Guess take a brick this turn. I don't have anything relevant. I guess escape shift gives them enough life that I can't win. No, it's not true. I can always draw a second Sanctum Seeker and win. They missed that time, so that's good. None of these cards really do anything. Another Sanctum Seeker and we still win at the moment. Oh no, we don't at this point, do we? I guess it depends on how much they make me block. Oh, they gained 3 life. That could be enough. So if I block you and I block you, I'm still alive. Sanctum Seeker or bust. Alright, I didn't deserve to win this game. We thoroughly made about 1,000,000 mistakes. Second Sanctum Seeker wins. Got to play game 2 a hell of a lot better. Yeah, definitely didn't deserve to win that. So, versus normal escape shift, I take out cards like these cast downs and Volnas and stuff for distresses and Legion's ends. But versus reclamation decks, I take out the Legion's ends and stuff. I really don't know what I want. I guess I want this. I guess I want these. I guess I want these here. Probably don't want these slower thingies. Probably cut this little kind of grind tool, one of these, a couple of these. Probably another Champion of Dusk. Sure. It's kind of embarrassing though because I'm playing versus someone I know in real life. It's always the best way to be embarrassed when you play. Well, this hand's reasonable. Our opponent, I think, mulliganed. Their cards shifted in their hand. I don't really know what went on because we don't have a log. Like, I was busy looking at my hand and all of a sudden, like, these cards altered. I think it was a mulligan, but I won't swear. It was 2 mulligans, apparently. Pretty good draw for a double mulligan, I guess. I mean, they still have 4 mana already. Or, assuming they have a land. Which they missed a land last turn, but... Hey, Trickery, what's up? So we had a fantastic draw this game. Let's see what they have. Nothing. We kind of just nut drilled that game. Time is it? 8:04. Yeah, I have enough time for at least another, maybe two if they go quickly. Just got home. Long day at work, or were you out having fun? Creatures can attack your opponent or their planeswalkers. When you click a creature to attack with it, click. Hey, it's Jabberwocky. I know him too. All the people I know now. I am as well. I'm still trying to decide. I don't really know. Like, I'm leaning towards playing an aggressive deck, but I've not really liked them. Where do we go here? Say hello back to our bud Jabber, Mr. Logan. Vampires and Red Deck Wins are the two decks I'm considering the most, but if somebody can give me a better option, I would jump. Jabber still on Grixis? Alright, well, we lose. We have zero chance versus Grixis, especially if this bad of a draw. Doesn't both Red Deck Wins and Vampires beat Bant now though? Yeah, you ran hotter than the sun then. We don't really beat Grixis. They have main deck sweepers. They have better creatures that we can't remove. He still has 5 cards in his hand. Wah. Goodbye, planes. Well, we have nothing in our deck that can remove that card. Well, nothing in our main deck. I guess I'm not supposed to attack just to deal 5 damage? Catstones can't kill it. Legion's Ends can't kill it. We have some Mortifies in our sideboard. Nope. Playing Juice's list today. All I ever had was one Mortify in my main anyway, and one Mortify wasn't ever impressive, so. I guess I'm supposed to attack the Nicobolus. I can never ever beat it, so. I assume he's going to block as well. What if there's an argument to attack, just ignore the Nicobolus in general? Attacking a Nicobolus forced him to block, though. I think that's got some relevance. There's the main deck sweepers that we know they play. Alright, next game. It was that easy. His draw didn't even look very impressive. It's just Grixis crushes vampires. Like the games aren't close. Yeah, well, I definitely don't need these. Guess I want these because of the sweepers, but not really. I guess I want Duresses, but again, not really. And I guess I want the Mortifies. Definitely don't want these either. I feel like the Sanctum Seers and the Vonas don't do anything at all in this match. Like they have too many instant speed removals, and you just can't be. You can't afford to be casting 4 and 5 mana, not really do anythings. This hand's horrendous. Am I supposed to mulligan a hand that's got 2 vampires and a removal spell? I really don't know, but I don't think. I think there is very few draws he could have that this could beat. I'd say close to none. Guess if we dodge a turn 2 removal spell, we'd have a chance, but Legion's Landing doesn't really grind versus this type of deck. Alright, well, Legion's Landing's not flipping. And that was our only spell here. Oh no, they have multiple removal spells. Oh, that was weird. I got priority a second time. Yep. This is pretty much how these games play out. They play a removal spell on 2, they play a sweeper on 3, and then the game's over. Or they just play. They don't play another spell the rest of the game, and we somehow win. That's kind of odd. That's definitely kind of odd. I'm gonna bring in an extra Sanctum Seer on the draw. Just don't know what I'm gonna cut. Probably gonna cut one of the dorkier creatures. I think I just heard my food arrive, which is awesome since my event's almost over. Yeah, I hear my food. Awesome. Pretty excited. I've not ate today. And when a fat man doesn't eat, you get sad. So Murph, knowing that they play Craft Canarium, am I supposed to still just jam 2 creatures this next turn? Do I win games that I don't play 2 creatures? Do I ever just play 1 and pass? I'm gonna play 1 and pass. I don't know what's correct there, but I'm pretty sure that just jamming loses almost 100% of games. We don't have any more is the problem. That's everything we had. Oh, they shocked. That's not a good sign for me. Is that another bedrock? Bed deck, or whatever it's called? It is. I guess I have to play this to try to get the champion. JK, my champion doesn't even matter now. Awesome. Do I still play champion? I don't even know if I still play champion. Well, I'll certainly play it now. That doesn't really do anything because they have a dispersal in their hand. Alright, good game. Hey, Tandy. I see that you keep winning with this deck, and I don't understand how. This deck seems absolutely horrendous to me. This is a slightly different list than yours, but I noticed that you had a really good record when I was lurking. This deck feels like it can just never beat a sweeper to me. It seems like it can't beat red deck wins. Seems like I beat Skate Shift and pretty much nothing else. McLovin. I don't know McLovin. Anyway, definitely last game of the night. That's the best hand of the night, and we don't even have a 1-drop. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to mulligan most of your hands that don't have 1-drops because you are an aggressive deck. But especially when you don't have a relevant 2-drop. But I'm not going to mulligan a Sorin champion ever. Especially since this card's only even in the deck because of this card. But this hand is ultra unaggressive, and I don't think I win very many ultra unaggressive hands. But like I said, this is the best hand I've had tonight. There's an argument for just playing the 2 little vampires there. But I wanted something substantial that survived a Cry of Canarium. Since I've been paired 3 times tonight versus Cry of Canarium decks already. I think there's a real big argument for just playing these 2 though. Don't know what to do now. I guess we just can't beat Kai's Wrath, so I'm going to pretend like they don't have it. Even though the odds of them having it are fairly high. Odds of them having the land, though, are not very high. With how they've sequenced their lands. So them having to spell something that I think is pretty reasonable, but them casting it this turn, I don't think is super reasonable. I don't think happens in all of the games. Sure. Oh, we get the Flip Allegiance landing. Awesome. Draw Sanctum Seer. We win this turn. That's not a Sanctum Seeker. Put them at 2 and kill Teferi. Probably. I'll probably let them stay at 4. Don't really care about that at all. I guess it wouldn't have put them at 4 either way, but we're looking at their graveyard, so I guess that's good for us. Drew a lot of cards I'm going to sideboard out. We drew 2 Legions Ins and 2 Cast Downs. Or sorry, 1 Legions In and 1 Cast Down. I'm definitely going to sideboard those out. Let's sideboard out Devona too. Not sold on Devona. Juza likes them. He wrote some stuff about them in his article, but I'm still not sold. I'm pretty sure the only reason you play this deck is because you can Sorin into Champion of the Dusk. So I feel like not being able to Sorin into Champion of the Dusk is pretty bad. I think I'd rather have that than this. Don't really understand this sideboarding either. I beat Hero approximately 0% of the time, and we've sideboarded out all of our good cards versus Hero. But I will do what the MPL member says. Because I beat a hero that goes ignored about 0% of the time. I generally win this match if they don't draw hero and I can't remove it though. Probably going like 60-40 or 55-45 of the deck, but I've not been doing well. I probably don't mulligan well enough. I guess I keep this hand if we're sideboarding into all creatures. It's kind of weird. Got this like weird shadow down here now. They mulligan twice. Our ugly swamp wants to come into play. Calling it ugly is not fair. The swamp that I don't like wants to come into play. Disfigure hop. Oh no, they mulligan to 5, and we're not doing well at all. Nope. Thinking about being greedy and not casting Champion of Dust next turn. Hmm. I have a disfigure? Wow. A second disfigure. That's pretty rare. Most of these builds play between 0 and 1. Very few have 2 plus. Oh, that's a good draw. Makes me almost not want to play the dress. JK. Wanted to play the dress the whole time. Guess I'm putting a lot better on the board than I'm losing here, so. Alright, let's leave the 2 white untapped. So I technically should have gave this lifelink. Saucer life. So next turn, say they blocked a 2-2, they'd be taking 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not lethal. I'm just gonna play this then. I think it's the best one in the face of a sweeper this turn. Oh. Opponent had a good start, and then they just didn't draw anything else, and then they lost. They did mulligan to 5, though. So, yes. Anyway, I'm gonna hop out of here. Let's see if Tandy's turned his stream on yet. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Arena either. I was on board for Arena when I thought they were going to make improvements and stuff to it. But the fact that the further we get, the more there's bugs and stuff, then the more I'm like not sold on it whatsoever. Well, at least you're getting some priority, Murph. The other day, it wasn't giving me it wasn't letting me go through my phases at all. I was having to auto pass every turn, could not attack, could not cast spells, could not do anything. I was pretty livid. If I lose a game of this Mythic Championship qualifier due to a bug or a not having enough time to actually think through my decisions, because like yesterday there was a point in the game where there was 11 non-land permanents in play, and opponent had like 3 cards in hand and untapped mana. I had 4 cards in hand and untapped mana, and it gave me like 9 seconds or 10 seconds or something before it started doing my diffuse. I was pretty tilted. You have to go into like full control mode and crap to do all that, Murph. But the problem is, half the time that I go into full control mode, it just immediately leaves. Even though I click the little, like, you have hotkeys. See if I can find them. Yeah. So the hold full control mode is shift plus control, and half the time it just doesn't work for me. And it's super tilting when it doesn't work for me. But anyway, Take care, everybody. I'm gonna host another vampire player that I'm probably gonna go watch while I eat my dinner. Take care. He's a much better player than me. Maybe somebody can learn something from him. Go give him a follow and say hello.